The prison program you're about to view consists of strong subject matter such as rape, gang fights, stabbings, police corruption, and extortion. Due to the nature and language of the program, viewer discretion is advised.
There are over 2 million inmates in American prisons, state and federal. The stories you're about to hear are from men and women, ex-cons, felons, and convicts who witnessed and survived through rapes, slashings, gang violence, and extortion during their time in America's most dangerous prison systems. Prison X was created to give the viewer a first-person look at prison life during an inmate's most vulnerable time. These are not actors or actresses playing a part. All the stories told are 100% real. We were warned that it could be serious repercussions if these stories are released. Prison X is the evolution of Scared Straight, with stories being told from outside of prison walls.
My name is Dumel. I caught my first bid when I was 14, and I learned my lesson by the time that I was 41. That's when I came home for my last bid. I did 4 bids. I did 1 bid for DFY and 3 state bids. My bid for DFY was 3.5 years. My first state bid was 3 years and 4 months. My second state bid was 3.5 years. And my third state bid, I did 13.5 years. And I just came home 13 months ago at the age of 41. I will be 43 years old next month. All right, I remember one time when I was in Windy Correctional Facility. That's up near Buffalo. That's like a dumping ground from dudes that was coming out of Southport Box. Southport Box, for anybody that been in the institutions, know that Southport Box is like a 23-hour lockdown. And you're out for 1 hour and everything. Well, one particular day, I was coming back from work because I used to work at the RMU, which is the Regional Medical Unit, and I came on the unit and I was asked about a particular incident and if I could squash it or not. So I went to the individual and told him, I was like, yo, listen, such and such came and told me that, the way you talking to him is like a violation. You talk to him like he's a lame in front of a lot of people and he's really getting offended by it. So I told this individual what he had said and he just blew it off like, yo, fuck him, he's a bitch, fuck that dude and all this other shit. And I was like, yo, listen, man, the dude is coming trying to make peace. He's trying to give you an olive branch because he don't want it to go to another level. So he was like, yo, fuck him, this other cat is putting a battery in his back. Me and him always talk to each other like that, and fuck him, I'm gonna continue to talk to him like that. So I was like, alright, whatever, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, cause dudes see me talking to you and everything, so they figure I could talk to you. So I'm coming to you with this message. But he was like, nah, man, I don't even want to hear it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to do what I do. So I was like, alright, cool. So boom, I went to my cell and everything, and I'm laying on my bed and I'm watching TV, and they had unlocked the gates for rec. And when they had unlocked the gates for rec, I just seen like a figure walk by my cell like real quick. I ain't even see who it was, you know what I mean? But the figure just zipped by my cell like a ghost or a shadow or something. And the individual who I was talking to try to squash the beef, his cell was 3 cells away from mine. He went past my cell and went up in this dude's cell, you know what I mean? And next thing I heard was a bunch of noise and banging and all this, you know what I mean? And I heard a bunch of and screams and all this shit. And they came out on the tier and they was throwing down. One dude had an ice pick in his hand and the other dude had his sweatshirt wrapped up in his hand, and a book in another hand, and they was trying to go at each other. And somehow the dude with the ice pick, more or less, he grabbed the dude by the arm and he just started poking him. And it was like every time I seen that ice pick disappear into this dude's body, you know what I mean? It was like grotesque to me because the areas that it was hitting him was like vital areas. It was in areas like the liver, the lungs, and things of that nature. So the dude kept poking him and poking him and poking him and all of that until the dude just fell out. And when he fell out, I had noticed that, you know, he had some holes in him and blood was leaking out of him and everything, you know what I mean? He had got poked in the eye, you know, he had also got poked in the side, which was probably more or less his lung or his liver or something like that, you know what I mean? And he just fell out. And I guess when the dude seen him fall out, I guess he took that as a sign to chill out and disappear. But at that time when he fell out like that, you know, the dude got up and he stumbled to the gate and he told the police, you know, he like needed medical attention. And that's when the police had locked down the company and everything, and they took the dude out on the stretcher. You know, come to find out the dude lost an eye, you know what I'm saying? He got a punctured lung and all of that. And you know, before you knew it though, he recuperated and the dude was right back to doing the same old shit he was doing before he got poked up, like he didn't learn his lesson. You know, and it shocked me because I'm saying to myself, damn, this dude just almost lost his life over some BS and playing and being disrespectful, you know. And here it is, after you recuperate, you going right back to doing the same old nonsense that got you poked the first time. He lost his eye and he got poked in the lung, which, you know, his lung got punctured and everything. You know what I mean? But the funny part about it was, this is like the old story how familiarity breeds contempt, right? Contempt. These two individuals used to cook together, you know, because, you know, when you're in the max and everything, you know, the porter basically got to transport the food, the hot pots, you know, the trays and everything. So, because he's the only one that's really running around on the company. Maybe an officer, you know, a CO might let another dude out. So, you know, I guess it got took past that point where the individual that I talked to, he just felt like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them niggas, you know what I'm saying? This is me and you. You're supposed to be my man. If I can't play with you here, I don't play with you there. You know, a bunch of bullshit, man. A bunch of childish, immature bullshit. Anyway, to make a long story short, these two dudes used to be homies. And you see how that playing shit and that familiarity shit breeds contempt? Because this is the end result of two homies playing too much. And this is always what happens when dudes play. That's why I don't play like that. I don't play with my hands, you know what I'm saying? I don't play with my mouth and the things I say. Because I heard dudes call each other fags and homos and all that. And, you know, inviting each other to their privates or saying something about their mother or their sister or their wives or something. You know, all of that playing nonsense like that, man, I done indulge in that right there. You know what I mean? Because that right there, I know from past experience, man, that leads to other things, man.
Next time on Prison X.
I looked at the situation was like, not looking at the brother like he was soft, but looking at the young brother like, yo, you know what? You crazy. You understand? Because most of the table was brothers that had more than 5 years in. So it's a mutual respect. When you have mostly 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 years in, it's a mutual respect around brothers that's
These
big.
are not actors or actresses playing a part. All the stories told are 100% real. We were warned that it could be serious repercussions if these stories are released. Prison X is the evolution of Scared Straight, with stories being told from outside of prison walls.
This is Dumel, you're watching Prison X, and that was my story.
This is Prison X.